Listen carefully because what you are about to hear might completely change how you see your job, your future, and the entire idea of security. For decades, people were told one simple formula: study hard, get a stable job, work for 40 years, retire, and somehow everything will work out. That formula created comfort, but it also created the biggest illusion of modern times. The world has already started shifting quietly, aggressively, and permanently, and most people are still living like nothing changed. The truth is simple. The traditional 9-to-5 structure is not disappearing overnight, but its power, stability, and long-term reliability are slowly fading, and the people who understand what replaces it will dominate the next decade financially, professionally, and psychologically. Think about what has happened in the last few years. Entire industries moved online. Companies replaced departments with software. Artificial intelligence began handling tasks that once required teams of employees. Freelance platforms turned individuals into global service providers. Remote work removed the importance of physical offices. These changes are not temporary trends. They are structural shifts. When structures change, the rules of survival change. People who depend only on a paycheck are discovering something uncomfortable. Income controlled by someone else can disappear faster than expected. Promotions slow down, hiring freezes happen, companies restructure, and suddenly the so-called stable job becomes uncertain. The real risk was never working hard. The real risk was building a life that depends on a single income source controlled by someone else's decisions. Now here is the part most people ignore. The decline of the old model does not mean the decline of opportunity. In fact, the opposite is happening. As traditional employment loses dominance, new systems of earning, building, and scaling power are expanding faster than ever. The individuals winning in 2026 are not the ones chasing more hours, more overtime, or slightly higher salaries. They are the ones building leverage. Leverage means creating something once and allowing it to produce results repeatedly. It can be digital assets, personal brands, automated services, knowledge businesses, or scalable systems that continue operating even when you are not actively working. The people who understand leverage stop thinking like workers and start thinking like builders. Most people hesitate because the paycheck feels safe. They know exactly how much arrives each month, and that predictability feels comforting, but predictability is not the same as security. True security comes from control, options, and adaptability. When you have multiple skills that generate value independently, when you have assets producing income streams, and when your knowledge allows you to operate across industries, your financial life becomes flexible instead of fragile. The future belongs to individuals who treat themselves like businesses, constantly upgrading skills, expanding networks, and building systems that multiply effort rather than simply exchanging time for money. Look at how successful creators, entrepreneurs, consultants, and digital builders operate. They start small often while still working traditional jobs, but they focus on ownership of content, ownership of platforms, ownership of products, ownership of intellectual property. Over time, those assets begin to grow, attracting attention, clients, partnerships, and revenue streams that no single employer controls. This shift from employment dependency to asset ownership is the silent revolution happening right now. Many people see the results, but do not study the strategy behind them. They think success appeared suddenly when in reality it was built patiently through consistent system creation. Another critical change replacing the old model is the rise of global competition and global opportunity at the same time. The internet removed geographic limits, meaning you are no longer competing only with people in your city, but you also have access to opportunities worldwide. Someone who understands positioning can sell services internationally, teach skills globally, or build audiences that open doors far beyond local markets. This environment rewards visibility, creativity, and execution speed far more than traditional resumes. Degrees still matter in some industries, but influence, proof of work, and measurable results are becoming stronger currencies in the modern economy. Here is the psychological shift most people struggle with. The 9-to-5 mindset trains individuals to wait for instructions, wait for promotions, wait for approval, and wait for stability. The new economy rewards those who initiate, experiment, learn quickly, and adapt faster than others. Instead of asking, "What job can I get?" the better question becomes, "What value can I create?" That scales, that single change in thinking, separates those who remain stuck in outdated systems from those who step into the new power structure forming around digital leverage, skill monetization, and network influence. The replacement of the traditional model is not a single career path. It is a combination of flexible earning layers. One layer may still be a job providing steady cash flow. Another layer might be a skill-based freelance service generating independent income. A third layer could be digital content building audience attention. A fourth layer might be automated products or subscription systems operating continuously when multiple layers exist. Losing one does not collapse the entire financial structure. This layered approach is how modern wealth builders create resilience while gradually moving away from dependency on a single employer. Some people hear this and feel overwhelmed, thinking the transition requires immediate dramatic change. It does not. The smartest approach is gradual positioning. Learn high-value skills that the market needs. Start building something small outside working hours. Document knowledge publicly to build authority. Create simple digital assets that can grow over time. Every small step adds leverage, and within a few years, those small steps compound into options that most people never develop because they stayed locked into survival mode instead of growth mode. Another important factor replacing the old employment dominance is speed. Technology cycles are shortening. Skills that were valuable for decades now evolve within a few years. People who rely only on what they learned once risk becoming outdated. Continuous learning is no longer optional. It is a survival strategy. The individuals who invest consistently in learning emerging tools, communication abilities, financial literacy, and digital systems gain long-term advantage because they can pivot quickly whenever industries shift again. Here is the uncomfortable reality. The 9-to-5 system will not vanish completely, but it will stop being the primary engine of wealth creation for most ambitious individuals. It will become one component of a larger strategy rather than the entire strategy. Those who adapt early will experience freedom, mobility, and financial growth, while those who ignore the shift may continue working harder each year while feeling that progress is slowing down. The difference will not be intelligence or effort. The difference will be awareness and positioning. So if you are watching this right now, understand the moment you are living in. You are not late. You are not behind. You are standing exactly at the point where the rules are changing, and people who move with awareness can redesign their financial future. Start thinking beyond paychecks. Start thinking about leverage, ownership, and scalable value. Start building something that continues working even when you are not actively trading hours. That is what replaces the old system, and that is where real long-term power begins. And if you want more powerful breakdowns like this every single week, make sure you smash the like button right now, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because new high-impact wealth mindset videos drop every Wednesday and Sunday, and you do not want to miss the strategies that can completely change how you build your future.